showering the ice following goals. Florida had beaten the Bruins rather easily in the opening round in 5 games. Then trailing 2-1 in their series against the #1 team in the East, the Philadelphia Flyers, Florida had won 3 straight, including 2 in overtime, and beat the Flyers in 6 games. John Van Beesbroek had been the key to their playoff success, with the goals against average hovering around 2, while Dave Lowry had unexpectedly become their goal scorer with 7 goals. The Penguins boasted the league's highest scoring offense during the regular season. Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr became just the second set of teammates in history to score over 60 goals in the same season. The duo finished 1-2 in league scoring and combined for 310 points. Pittsburgh's playoff run nearly ended before it got started. They lost the first 2 games at home to the Capitals in the opening round, and Tom Barrasso went down in Game 3 with back spasms. But Ken Reggett came off the bench, and the Penguins had rallied, sparked by Peter Nedved's goal in quadruple overtime of Game 4. The Pens won 4 straight to take the series in 6. They followed that up by beating the New York Rangers in 5 games to reach the conference final for the first time since winning the Cup in 1992. Jaromir Jagr and Mario Lemieux each had 10 goals in the playoffs, and as if sending a statement, each had registered a hat trick in the elimination game against the Rangers. Paced by Lemieux and Jagr, Pittsburgh had lost just once in 9 games since Barrasso had gone down. And Lemieux must have been relishing the opportunity to face the Panthers because he had scored 27 goals against John Van Beesbroek, more than any other goalie in the league. But as a group, the Pens had not played a game in a week due to their short series against the Rangers. And some wondered if the combination of rust and overconfidence might prove to be their undoing in Game 1.
Right wing feed to Murray. Glenn Murray puts it in on Van Beesbroek, and Svela there to clear the rebound. Sandstrom centering it. Here's Murray to Mario, and Van Beesbroek makes the first good save of the game. Barnes back to Jovanovski. Gord Murphy mans the other point. Stu Barnes back to the outstanding rookie Jovanovski. Number 55 finds Lowry in front, and it's in off the skate of Zubov, and the Panthers score at 1:52.
And Dave Lowry is going to get credit for the goal.
Have a big question about Kenny Reggett. How is he going to be coming off the week layoff? He had a 5-day layoff before the last series, but even Eddie Johnston this morning said, I don't know if he's going to be in that groove.
Dan Jovanovski saw it, though, and blocked it. Tipped away at center. Lemieux still out. Here's Mario Lemieux. And he's saved made! John Van Beesbroek. They're back out by Lindsay. They are rushing the puck well. Melby drops it off and heads to the net. Centered back near side. In the middle. Shot. Score! Tom Fitzgerald. A beautiful backhand tip. And the Panthers take a 2-0 lead.
How about this? Now, the one thing that Florida Panthers players said this morning that had been there for 3 years, said the difference from 3 years ago to now is when we get it on the counterattack and get it going up ice, we can score now. That is the difference between the Panthers of this year and from their first year.
Looking in the middle. They get it back onside. Ray Shepard there. Dump back into the corner to Barnes. Barnes in front. He's open. Barnes the move. Great save by Reggett. Kenny Reggett had to grow an inch in order to cover that one. Pass dropped off into the middle. Now Jagr and Lemieux are out there together. Eddie Johnston getting Jagr and Lemieux together. Fitzgerald the shot. Score! Through a screen. 3-0 Panthers. And Fitzgerald's got his second of the game.
Kenny Reggett beaten on that one 3-0, and Tommy Fitz has his second playoff goal, second one this game.
Tom Barrasso's the man sitting at the other end of the bench to the right of Eddie Johnston. He lost the job to Kenny Reggett's play after he was injured. The building of that character in this Florida team. He was the coach. Throws the shot outside of the net. Fans were cheering. Wrong side. Centering shot. Miller. And knocked down by Van Beesbroek. What a tip put on net by Kevin Miller. And John Van Beesbroek is making it look easy right now.
There's Ron Francis sitting up near us with a broken foot. We'll probably be able to show you all of them. There was one by Jaromir Jagr. Another sharp angle chance from Mario Lemieux. But there were not many. The Florida Panthers, one of the best teams at keeping the chances to the outside. Sharp angles. That one hit the outside of the net. Doug McLean's team is in the position to dictate the tempo.
In this line that has done the great checking job and scored a couple of goals. Fitzgerald with both of them. Tomas Saskin centered, rolled in and covered, and Mario Lemieux again. Denied. And his head went down after that one because he thought he should have scored on Van Beesbrook. Tied up by Paul Laws as he tried to go through. Lowry, the loose puck. The end of a shift, looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Tamer takes the shot. Deflected. Jovanovski, rebound shot. Van Beesbrook score! Rolled in on the second chance in front, and Pittsburgh's on the board 3-1. 4:29 left to go in the third. There's a long one that does not connect. Straight down the middle, Stu Barnes. Roll wide, Lowry centered. Regan couldn't cover. Goal! And it will count. The Florida Panthers take a 4-1 lead on the scramble in front with Regan out of there. Bounced off a lot of bodies, but it was behind Kenny Regan. Goal number 4.
Washington, he was big with the body. Watch this chop. Right there on the back of the leg of Tom Fitzgerald.
Scored that goal here in the third. Otherwise, it's been a home game for the Panthers. Centered. Melby scores! What a setup! Paul Lass coming in on the right wing side. Waited. Mellenby had the whole lane to himself. And it is a 5-1 Panthers lead.
I got to tell you something. This looked as much like Mario Lemieux finishing off the play as anybody.
They lost game 1 to Washington 6-4. Then in their second round, they beat the New York Rangers in game 1 4-3. They're going to lose the second game 1 of this year's playoffs.
What happens is you go down a game and then you say, uh-oh, now we've got to really put it together.
This one is over. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals goes to the history book, and the Florida Panthers come away with a 5-1 win. Fitzgerald picking up 2 goals, Mellenby a goal and 2 assists, and Lowry 1 and 1 on the night. Regan, the man who will sit and watch tonight, the third best save percentage, that .930 among netminders in the playoffs, 7-2. Yet, as Barry noted, not going to be given the chance here tonight. That's what the Pens want. Gun it in, hope for a couple of rebounds. If you charge the net, this can happen. Dave Lowry, he's centered, shot knocked away. May have gone behind Van Beesbrook. Behind Barrasso, rather. It looked like it went behind him and ricocheted back out again. A great chance. And there'll be an icing call here. Got it away from him and out of the zone. Giving chase Bill Lindsay. Lindsay's got a 3-on-1. Dropped it back into the middle and blocked in behind the net.
Here in the neutral zone, Brian Smolinski just buried Paul Laws. Look at Paul Laws. Ow! His shoulder blades were right across the top of the boards and his head snapped back. It'll probably take more than that to keep Paul Lass off the ice for his next shift.
Love again. Wilkinson with him. Now Lemieux moves over. Back to Cartner. Cartner center. Tip. Oh, Barrasso made a save on Lowry. Hey, Lowry got it.
You and Yager, no points in game 1. Last time both were pointless in a home game. Incredibly, 1993.
0 for 5 in that first game of the power play. Daniel stays out to Yager. Yager moving. Dropped it wide side. Shot. Van Beesbrook. 2 saves on Lemieux. Is there, trying to clear, bounces off stick straight up the middle on this one. Here comes Van Beesbrook out, and Beesbrook with a little collision, ended up with the empty net. Smolinski in, the shot, Van Beesbrook, another save!
Give credit to Brian Smolinski. I mean, the second guy for Pittsburgh dug in as much as the first guy, so when McElwain was pressuring, Brian Smolinski was there to try and cut it at the blue line, and he got it. He just couldn't finish it.
Van Beesbrook's playing like Van Beesbrook at his best. Back comes Stu Barnes. Barnes with a +10 in the playoffs, best in this team. He's open, all alone, Barnes, shot, save, Lowry couldn't knock it in on the rebound.
Mario Lemieux is not on the bench. He did not come out for the second period. Now the Penguins are on the power play. No Ronnie Francis on the point, no Mario Lemieux along the half boards on the right side on his off wing. You don't think Florida's going to be aggressive on their kill?
Off in the middle again for Nedved. Nedved with Yager the trailer. Drops it, Yager. Yager trying to get it in front. Sandstrom batted, couldn't. Zubov in shot. He shoots, and he does score. Listen to your coach. Here comes Mario.
Yeah. Had to figure with that big applause that's what was going on. Mario Lemieux has returned. We are halfway through the second period, so he missed about 10.5 minutes. Rhett Warner, meanwhile, had his hands full with Mario Lemieux and was hooking and hanging on to him any way he could.
This will be the fourth power play of the game for the Pens, with Murphy going at 12:51 on the hold. Daniel, Pittsburgh changing. They only had 4 guys out on the ice. Now Nedved comes out. There's Nedved, tipped it, never got it in on net. Scores! Jaromir Jagr makes it 2-0.
Jaromir Jagr just drifted into the seam. He's looking for the seam now, trying to stay open, and Mario Lemieux hit him with a blind backhand half-slap shot pass.
Jagr gets it. Power play goal coming at 13:57. His 11th of this playoff season. Lemieux and Nedved the assists. For Jaromir Jagr now, he is second in playoff goal.
Penguins come up with it and backhand it out, and here's Lemieux on the move. Mario has Nedved in front, and Van Beesbrook a big stop as the Penguins look for a late shorthanded goal.
And right now, does not look like a guy that only has 2 periods under his belt in the last month.
Tom Barrasso, the somewhat surprise starter in this game. Originally with Buffalo, a couple of Stanley Cup rings, the 2 that were won here in Pittsburgh. Wilkinson moved over, couldn't get it away though. Back on top, Jovanovski, his shot, and score! There it is! Tipped in on the wide side, and it is a 2-1 game on the power play goal. Shepard standing has put him right back in.
John Van Beesbrook's consultant. A couple of terrific coaches. Melush for Penguins. Billy Smith for the Panthers.
Wilkinson again. Van Beesbrook, big save, rebound. Van Beesbrook twice. Knocked it down in front. Lemieux with a shot. Batted up in the air. Osveila's stick. In every way. Jovanovski moving it in. Jovanovski centered. Tipped on Barrasso. Not quite by Barnes. Big save by Tom Barrasso. Back into the zone. Nedved brings it up. Nedved in the middle. Left it for Tamer. Tamer the shot. Hit off the back. Rebound. Lemieux scores! Mario Lemieux. Rebound. 3-0 Pens. 3-1 Pens.
And the Giants have awakened. Jagr with 1, Lemieux with 1.
And Garpenlov will skate out to center. Here's Johan Garpenlov with Panthers skating to net. Lindsay scores! Bill Lindsay! And it's a 1-goal game again.
Good hole by Jovanovski. Kept back in by Spela. Back up to him. Shot Spela. Save made. Rebound came to the high slot. Barrasso made the save. Lemieux coming. Short-handed. Lemieux. Spela grabbing shot. Whoa, what a save made. And a penalty coming. A holding call. Lemieux shot. Missed it as it bounced off the side of the net. Full-strength Panthers now. Still being held in by Pittsburgh. Zubov in. Open shot. Hit the post. Jaromir Jagr right at the line. Did not go in. Andy Van Helleman initially saying it did not cross the line. The light never came on.
Oh, was it close though?
Shepard and Lindsay have scored for the Panthers, but this series is now even. Tom Barrasso coming in, getting the start, picking up the win, made 30 saves in the game. Doug McLean's team will go back to Florida, having won the first one. The Pens take the second one.
Florida zone. Jovanovski sends it ahead. And away goes Shepard. The shot scores! Ray Shepard! And Lemieux tussling in the Florida zone.
First hit, the second hit. Now there's no penalties. Lemieux pokes, and then Svela catches Lemieux under the chin.
He couldn't get it by Bergqvist. Smolinski will fire it in on Van Beesbrook. 4:04 to play in the first period as Roach crashes in, centers it. Van Beesbrook the same, and the rebound. Smolinski scores. Big Dave Roach crashing in there and creating the scoring chance.
A bad goal, but then Barrasso settled down. 19 shots for the Panthers in that first period.
9 of the shots for Florida by their defenseman, 4 by Gord Murphy. Here's Jagr moving in. Jagr checks. They score! Nedved followed. And Peter Nedved gives Pittsburgh the lead. Here's Craig Millen's comments about officiating the injuries. Here's a chance. Dvorak buries it, scores! scores. And the drought is over for Radek Dvorak. Gretzky had some pretty impressive numbers. Here's Yager off the post, and Roche the rebound. Now Yager again taking the shot. Minute and a half to go in the period, and 10 seconds remaining in the minor. There's a shot. Barrasso with an acrobatic save. Florida comes close to a shorthanded goal, and now Lemieux and Roche come back with Zubov. In front, Yager, robbed by John Van Beesbrook, and that's the save of the night. Trying to avoid going 0 for 7 on the power play, but boy, they've had their chances. Here's Barnes in the corner. From his knees, got it back to Gord Murphy, bouncing it through, deflected, and it hopped over Lowry's stick. They score! Stu Barnes!
Barrasso getting some protection from the
approaching the 5-minute mark of this third period. Puck comes up front, over the line, they score! Stu Barnes' goals come exactly 4 minutes apart. He scored at 55 seconds and 4:55. Dvorak forechecking on Daniel. Kept in by Gord Murphy. There's a shot. Scores! Center ice. We got Smolinski tied up, and we're ready to go. Here's Warren hammering away at Daniel. And Barrasso with the stick. Van Beesbrook in after Barrasso.
Oh, and here we go. Van Beesbrook and Barrasso, former teammates on the U.S. World Cup teams. John Van Beesbrook mask came off.
Dietzich and Mellenby tied up, and Warner is really working over Brian Smolinski.
Everything is calmed down, and John Van Beesbrook and the Panthers getting the hand they deserve.
3 goals in the third period, 2 by Stu Barnes. Martin Straka got the other. And in case there was anybody left who had any doubts, the Florida Panthers are very much for real. The goaltenders are Tom Barrasso and John Van Beesbrook.
Right away, Eddie Johnson has gone to Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. He's trying to put pressure on the Florida Panthers.
Here's a lead pass for Shepard, now dropping it off to Barnes. Barnes looking for Lowry, and oh, what a stop by Barrasso. As this line continues to click for the Panthers.
Bob tried to thread that through 3 Florida sticks.
Penguins 0 for 5 in the 2 losses in this series. 2 for 5 when they've scored, and there's Jagr. Nailed! And Jagr down again, and this was a clean hit by Mike Huff. And Don Koharski is pointing at the shoulder, anticipating the Penguin reaction.
Here comes Huff. Jagr carries the puck and then goes to the net. Huff circles back, and there he catches Jagr.
Turn it in. Here's Martin Straka, the former Penguin, tied up, and Jagr's got a break. Jaromir Jagr in a breakaway. Jagr hit the goal post. Gives it to Chris Tamer off the boards up to center. And now Lemieux has a steal. Here's Mario Lemieux in, and Spala knocked the puck away, knocked Van Beesbrook over the line, and Daniel won't let him by. Smolinski can't get it out. There's a shot. Brett Warner hit somebody as it was en route to the net. Carpenter takes a look. Scores! Westbrook for Pittsburgh, and here's Dvorak with a chance. Right, Dvorak! And a stop by Barrasso to keep his team in. Not generating any scoring chances so far here. Zubov nearly lost it in his own zone, but the Penguins on the attack. A chance, they score! Brad Lauer has tied it for Pittsburgh.
And one lone Penguin has been thrown on the ice beside John Van Beesbroek.
Well, the unlikeliest of Penguin forwards to get them back on even terms. Humboldt, Saskatchewan's Brad Lauer with a big goal. As his first goal of these playoffs from Peter Nedved and Chris Tamer at 8:57. And it's a 1-1 tie. Lemieux's over the line. Mironov driving it in. Here's Glenn Murray shooting. Lemieux rolled it wide. Pressure by the Penguins. Sandstrom to the line and kept up by Van Beesbroek. That puck was on the line, but did not go over.
Now on fresh ice, this goes in. It's off John Van Beesbroek's skate. It's going, but this ice is slow. And look at how quickly that stops. It doesn't hit anything. It just stops.
Got to stick on that. Now Lemieux starts back. Here comes Lemieux over the line. Mario Lemieux cruising in, shoots, rebound, scores. Brian Smolinski, and Pittsburgh leads.
Here's Mario 1-on-3. Now Smolinski comes into the picture. He comes by. He takes Warner and Gord Murphy. Now it's Mario by himself.
Now he'll go to the bench. An extra attacker and a two-man advantage in a sense for the Panthers here. Daniel around the boards. Kept in by Spela. Here's the shot wide. Strikeout. Barrasso down. Makes a big save. And Sandstrom will roll it down the ice. Shepard shooting wide. Spela's moved up. Trying to center. Pittsburgh's got it. And Pittsburgh will even the series at 2 games apiece. A comeback with 2 goals in the third period as Eddie Johnson and the Penguins celebrate a huge come-from-behind win.
Sends Kevin Miller in, save. Now it's Hull, up to Skrulin. Ryan Skrulin is in, save, rebound, knocked just wide. A centering pass knocked aside.
Brett Warner right here sees the puck's a little ahead right here of Mario Lemieux. Oh, he held on too. He might have been fortunate there he didn't get a penalty just because he let go of his stick and had to reach back and hold on. Before that, Terry Karkner again finishing the play right here. Afterwards, Mario Lemieux wasn't happy about it. And he talked to the officials about that, and you see right there a little bit of frustration from Mario.
Out of the corner, it's a 5-on-4. Lemieux on the left side looking. Down low to Yager. Roach is in front. He and Karkner battle. Scores! Some of the rats, I guess, left over from Florida, migrated north because there's a lot of stuff on the Civic Arena ice.
A lot of Penguins, a lot of rats.
Mario Lemieux, like a whirling dervish in the corner. Pressured all the way out to the point. Can't get rid of the defender. This time, Lindsay pulls him down. Lemieux.
No call.
Penalty, no call. His helmet's on. Mironov, Lemieux, save. Van Beesbroek. Stu Barnes. Panthers looking for the late goal. 20! Lowry sends it through. Vela shoots and hits the post with a crossbar because he took this shot and doink right off the corner where the crossbar joins the post. The only goal of the period went to J.J. Daigneault. Penguins lead at 1-0 after 1. Brad Lauer sends a shot to the right of Van Beesbroek. One of these 2 teams will be in the Stanley Cup Finals. Which one we know not. Time is growing short in this series. There's Nedved and Van Beesbroek is down and somehow got his body in front. Play on, and it's Lemieux at center. Lemieux got some room, shoots, he hit the post. He beat Van Beesbroek, but hit the iron. Now a save, Van Beesbroek, to keep it a 1-0 game. Face off to the right of John Van Beesbroek. Penguins control it. Daigneault throws it through traffic. Van Beesbroek stands his ground, and the puck goes in, but they're waving it off. The goal line is on. Fawcett says no way, and now tempers are flaring.
Yeah.
To the left of Van Beesbroek.
And from that angle, from the referee's point of view, it looked to him like David Roach was going right towards John Van Beesbroek, nullifying the goal.
A couple of shots taken, but none of them got in on Van Beesbroek. Now here's Peter Nedved with a burst to score.
right now you see the faces too of the Florida Panthers, and there's right now they need a spark, they need a jump and some life right now, whether it be maybe a big hit or some tenacious forechecking or what have you.
The 7th game will be back here on Saturday night. Van Beesbrook in the corner. Scott Melvin. Oh, give away to Kevin Miller. Miller's in, save, rebound, save. Van Beesbrook saves the bacon of the Florida Panthers on a giveaway by Mellenby.
You're right about that. He's a very insightful person, very intelligent talker.
And here comes Jaromir Jagr. Save Van Beesbrook. He stole him again. He's blocked off by Daniel. Back comes Mario Lemieux. Gets around Spela. On the Lemieux sent hard into the boards, and that's going to go a penalty call from Mark Fawcett. He hit the boards hard, and I'm not talking the glass. I'm talking old board. But here's the open net for Sandstrom. Oh, and he fans on it. Wow, Florida catches a break there.
Looked to me like he was being unselfish, looking for Lemieux for the empty net tap-in, and he was reluctant to shoot it.
Now Sandstrom has the time, and he scores! You said Darren was very intimated a little bit earlier as the Florida Panthers hump is in, and Barreto gets a piece of that one.
She's all over.
So that's it. The Penguins win the game 3-0. They lead the series 3-2. And Tom Barrasso, an outstanding performance, facing 28 shots. He stopped all 28 of them.
For the Florida Panthers, they have to regroup and get back to what they have done so well. Challenge the D with speed, play in your face style of hockey, and get that jump back that they really missed in this hockey.
Florida facing elimination for the first time. We know what to expect out of them, and we expect more out of ourselves. And believing in themselves, this Florida Panther team, against all odds, has believed in themselves from the start of the year. Led their division for most of the season, and they felt in Game 5 that was their worst game of this series. They felt they could have swept this series had they had the odd bounce here and there, and yet here they are facing elimination.
Penguins break back. Here's Jagr. Trying to steam in past Spela. Jagr, great move. Can't get a shot away, and Spela knocked him flat. And Mellenby's back on the ice. It's fired around past Taber, and Mellenby has a break. Here's Scott Mellenby, and he's hooked. It goes in. No goal. Terry Gregson's waving it off.
Thomas Sandstrom was getting a penalty, and that's why it's not going to be a goal. Tom Barrasso touches this puck, and Terry Gregson is saying that when Barrasso touched the puck, he had control, and so the whistle has to go. Here's Mellenby. Now, does Barrasso have control? Right there he does. He pushes it out. It hits Tamer and then goes in. But I think there should be 2 penalties on this.
He's just told Brian Skrlin it's a goal, and the Rats are being tossed back on the ice.
Here's the penalty. Terry Cartner is hauled down by Sandstrom. The puck comes around. Now Scott Mellenby picks it up. He's got a breakaway. Nobody has touched it for the Penguins. Mellenby comes in. Now Tom Barrasso touches it. Terry Gregson should blow the whistle right there.
But the goal is allowed.
Goal is allowed. And after all that, we have some more Rats on the ice.
Doug McLean told us one of the keys tonight would be to get Scott Mellenby going. He led them in goals during the regular season with 32. Jagr after it. Now Nedved has it. Quick shot, the glove save by Van Beesbrook.
Peter Nedved scored from almost the same place in Game 5.
In the playoff, Chris Joseph lends one towards Van Beesbrook. Deflected to the corner, now Dave Roach intercepts and score! Kevin Miller has tied the game!
Miller sees the turnover is about to happen. He goes to the net, bang, bang play.
Here's Lemieux. Over to Zubov. Sergei Zubov holds on. Now feeds off. Dino scores!
Joe Diedzik in front. Sergei Zubov carried the puck in.
And Joe Diedzik has his first Stanley Cup playoff goal. Left to play in the second period. Nedved played it ahead. Spela will keep it in. Sends it across. There's a one-timer in front. Garpenlov, they score!
in front of Tom Barrasso. That's what they've been asking for. That's what they're getting. Johan Garpenlov's there. Barrasso can't handle the rebound. Bill Lindsay shoots it through the screen.
And the Panthers fire it in. Svela, Straka is in front. Barrasso down, still loose. Straka can't get it through. Barnes, around the net he goes. And he is stripped of the puck by Barnes, but it's kept in by Mironov. To Yager in front. Lemieux is stopped by the defenseman, Woolley. Long shoot in, played by Gord Murphy, back out. Then Straka hustling again. Great move by Straka. Bill Lindsay to Straka, scores!
Outside, inside, right by Daniel. Give and go with Lindsay. Chris Joseph, don't come over. And watch Straka look up, flip it up and over Tom Barrasso. And Straka, after all those chances, buries one.
Brett Warner was in the World Junior Championship over the Christmas holidays, and now a big factor in the Stanley Cup Derby. Sandstrom scores! Thomas Sandstrom has tied it for Pittsburgh with 7:43 to play. Lemieux with 6 points in the series and 26 points in the playoffs. So he now trails Joe Sakic by a couple in that race, as he tries to join Sakic and the Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Championship Series. There's a rebound. Niedermeyer scores! Niedermeyer scores his first of the series. Scott Niedermeyer already with the Stanley Cup ring, cheering his brother on as the Panthers have regained the lead.
Smolinski has Niedermeyer, but he doesn't have him, and Niedermeyer spins, gets his own rebound, and beats Tom Barrasso. Peter Nedved wasn't on that faceoff because he had just finished a long shift. Brian Smolinski goes out, his man scores.
Moving it up as Barrasso inches out. Here they come, Nedved, Yager's in, Van Beesbrook down.
Oh, Sayev released the pass from Nedved, pulls it to his forehand, feeds Yager. Yager goes wide, then pulls it to his backhand, but he couldn't get it up and over John Van Beesbrook.
Panthers have forced Game 7.
Great Game 7 tension here and passion of this Pittsburgh crowd. And as we said, a lot of Florida fans are on hand here for this game. The Stars seem to be lined up for this game. It's June 1st. This is the 100th game for each of these teams. When you combine the regular season and the playoffs, they've each played 99. Somebody will play 101.
Sandstrom ahead. And now it's Lemieux over the line, snapping the shot. His first shot of the game.
And then Eddie Johnston did get Lemieux and Yager out there together. Yager in a backhand chance.
His only other game, 7 in '92, when he was playing with the Rangers, an 8-4 win over the Devils. 7th game of the Patrick Division semifinals that year. That's his one appearance in a playoff game 7. Nedved knocked it down. Garpenlov got it back. Garpenlov couldn't sweep it out of the zone. Second attempt, Fitzgerald got it to him. 3-on-3. Garpenlov the shot. Van Beesbrook, tough save. And pushes it back. Yager and Lemieux are out there together again. Zubov checked from behind. Good hit from behind by Brian Strudlin, one of the outstanding defensive forwards of the game. Here's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 chance dropped off left side. Shot, score! Mike Howe! It ended up in a 3-on-1. And Mike Howe has given the Panthers a 1-0 lead.
What a play. How about the Florida Panthers, the team that nobody thinks can really score regularly? They only scored 1 goal in Game 4, 1 goal in Game 5. Before they got 4 in Game 6, and Mike Huff has them on the board first.
The Panthers won. The Penguins now still make something happen. Lemieux shot, blocked out deep. Lemieux to Yager. Great save, shot, twice by Roach. Joseph misses. Save. Rebound deflected in front.
You got to get it in front. You got to get ugly like this. This is Dave Roach in front. Good first shot. Kicked it up for a good second shot. John Van Beesbroek's positional play is as good as you will ever see. John Van Beesbroek continues to be the story. Dave Roach is waiting in front to be ugly the whole time.
Zubov, shot, save, rebound, tipped at the side of the net, and a whistle as it's frozen up.
They're talking about the vacation they're trying to send one another on.
And Lemieux won the faceoff. Run-off shot, save made. Miller was there for the rebound, but went just outside the reach of his stick.
Lemieux, Jágr, Nedved, 6 shots in the first period combined, so the right guys were getting the shots. Still nothing.
Comes back up to Daniel. His pass intercepted. Knocked down Shepard. Shepard coming in. Shepard a step. Shepard waits. Turns. Turning it back in front. Backhands it through the crease. And Lowry cutting with him. Turns up to a 2-on-1 the other way. Looking Murray shot. Great save, Van Beesbroek. Zincek went in and a 2-on-1. Van Beesbroek right down. Perfect position to make it. Spurg doesn't convert on Lowry's pass. Intercepted down low shot. Save made. Barrasso cleared it up. Miller on the near side. Miller charging. Lemieux heading to the net as well. Lemieux got dumped. Miller wrote it in. Shot. Van Beesbroek makes another save. Jágr loose puck. And it's covered by Van Beesbroek. J.J. Daniel trailed the play and got a final chance. And Van Beesbroek had to make a save. It went through the entire pile in front of him.
Did it ever. How many whacks did they have? What a move Kevin Miller put on Gordy Murphy coming down the side. There are only 84 other men in the history of the game, in the universe, that can relate to what it's like being a goaltender in a 7th game. You're looking at numbers 85 and 86. That is how many men have played in goal in 7th games, and there is no more pressure in the world.
Smolinski's there. Smolinski drops it off. Miller down the middle. Miller backhand chance. Van Beesbroek save. Rebound is loose. Never went in, and the net came off in any event. Throwing the whistle.
Hope Kevin Miller's all right. Boy, he went into the post hard.
No penalty here.
Great chance, though, by Kevin Miller.
Changes the complexion of the game. That side. Samson, great save. Lemieux, another save. Rebound right through the crease. During the power play. Near side for Jágr. Jágr cutting. Jágr. Shot. Roll to the middle. Lemieux dropped it. Shot. Score! Peter Nedved!
The Jágr shot went to Lemieux. Back to Peter Nedved. Zingo. Top corner. 1-1. Finally for the Penguins.
Murray dropped it off. Inside. Waiting. Lemieux. Shot. Van Beesbroek a big save. Mario Lemieux. Gord Murphy turns to the near side boards. Murphy gets it out of there. We're 1-1. Shots 30-20 in favor of the Pens. Score! A run and gun shot from the top of the circle by Tom Fitzgerald. Right out of nowhere. And it is 2-1 Panthers.
Stunned. The Penguins have to be stunned. The momentum was coming back their way. This hit the defenseman. It hit something. It dropped on Tom Barrasso. But guess what? The shot is a potential goal. Here's Fitzgerald. He wants to drift along one. There it looked like it hit the stick and dropped, or either it sailed on him. But it was a terrific shot by Tommy Fitzgerald. Don't take anything away from him on the shot. He ripped it. And Barrasso, whether it was dropping or knuckling or whatever, there was so much speed on it, he couldn't react to it. Oh, look at the hug from Bill Lindsay. I love you, man. Saves by John Van Beesbroek. But at the other end, Tom Fitzgerald's long blast. A little bit of a flutter ball. Somehow, some way.
And was there to pick his stick up. Mironov dropped it in front. Jágr shot. Saved by Van Beesbroek. Reminder, and what a decision that has proven to be. Jágr in center. Shot deflected wide. Remember that one. Rolled inside of the net by Jágr and covered. Mario Lemieux on the far side.
Ryan Skrudland, after the faceoff, took over and stayed with Mario Lemieux. And it's a big job. But watch the strength of Lemieux push Skrudland over, then kind of get on top of him. It doesn't end here. When they got up, they started punching each other. There's a punch by Mario when he was down in the shove. Another shot. The cuff to the back of the head by Ryan Skrudland. And the little why I oughta by Mario.
Drop pass. Rolled there to Lindsay. 2-on-1 the other way. Lindsay. Lindsay moving it back. Still a 2-on-1. Lindsay drops a shot. And score! It is 3-1. The Panthers take the lead, and Darvin Love deserved it. He has played a great game, and in the 2-on-1, he bangs it home.
Zubov kept it in. There's a last-ditch shot, and the Panthers will clear it.
They are going to the Stanley Cup Finals as the Panthers have beaten Pittsburgh 3-1. This team never dreamed this would happen to them, and you can apply that to either team, I think.
I think you're right, Gary. The Pittsburgh Penguins perhaps were stunned at the 4-game point or the 5-game point of this series as to just how strong the Florida Panthers really are. But by this time in the series, you know that Tom Barrasso and his teammates knew that it was the 50-50 coin toss coming into a 7th game against an underdog team, and that they did not have an advantage here.